to serve the Black community and to curb racial hate, starting with a $1 million pledge to Colin Kaepernick's Know Your Rights campaign. So what led you to that decision? And I know we talked about it a little bit, and I remember telling you, this is your decision to make. Ultimately, whatever you do, I'm going to support you. This is not my decision to make. This is up to you. So this is all Alexis. Which is really cool. A lot of people might think that I told you to do something, or I forced you, like I was in your ear.
I'm sure you sometimes wish I weren't so stubborn, but
he doesn't listen to me ever. So yeah, that's not the case. So what brought you to that decision?
Cap in particular. I mean, I've gotten to know him. We've gotten to know him. I think even early in his protest, I felt he's clearly onto something. There's clearly an importance in that message. And then when it turned out he was losing his job and then being blackballed by the league, it was really, really disappointing. As a lifelong NFL fan, like diehard NFL fan, it made it really, really hard to watch football games, and I basically stopped. He was there so early advocating, and obviously Goodell at the end of the day, Friday, basically did a 180. But that seemed like an obvious first person to reach out to and say, hey, like we still have a lot of things to figure out, but I want to make sure the first million goes to the work that you're doing. And he was very gracious in accepting it, and just a great human. I think history will. I mean, we just need to decide where the first Kaepernick statue should go. I think without a doubt, history is going to look at him like another Jackie Robinson, or you list the names of heroes who transcended their sport. But I think the important part for me was I've been very blessed, and I know, maybe to a fault, I'm very confident in my abilities as an entrepreneur, as an investor, as a maker. And when I thought about what those dollars could do for a community that has clearly suffered for far too long, and that I, with my power and my influence and my privilege, want to do something meaningful to start to show a change, to make a better world for Olympia. I wanted to be able to answer that question from her with the clearest conscience, and this was the way to do it.
Why was it important for you to ask for a Black candidate to fill your seat?
That board role, in this case, it's 1 out of 5 board seats. Comes with a vote. That one vote, equal to the other board members in nearly all cases. But that one vote is a chance to stand up for customers who aren't in that room, to stand up for investors who aren't in that room, to stand up for all the stakeholders. And while that does not actually connect to day-to-day operations of a company, the CEO still at the end of the day actually runs the company. They are accountable to the board. And so if there are things about companies that you all really like, the board ends up being a really great leverage point to have change. And if there are things about the company you don't like, that board is a great leverage point to have things that you can change. And so regardless, when I thought about what Reddit, what the tech industry, what business needed now more than ever, was someone who had a position of power, relatively speaking, to be able to say, you know what, there are too many white faces around the table. There have been for too long, and
how long is too long?
I founded Reddit 15 years ago. I've basically been on the board for quite some time now, 2013, 14. But this is, look, I had to look inward and really say, what are the things I can do beyond the donation, beyond anything else? But
this isn't about Reddit in particular. This is about taking a stand on such a big company, being a board member, being a co-founder of such a big company, and saying, I feel this way, and I'm making this statement. You have a Black daughter, so this probably meant more to you than, and it touches home more to you than, other people can realize. And so it's really not about just one company.
That's right.
It's just about you taking a stand and you saying, like, all companies need to step up. This isn't just about you with your relationship with Reddit.